Okay guys, first I want to talk about braid lines, or my braid lines. I like to use Fins. They're one of my sponsors. I think they make the best line there is as far as braid goes. They do all the research on braid. I think a lot of other people use their research, so you know, they obviously should be better. The first one is I like to use this 80-pound, for sturgeon I like to use this 80-pound test. It's 17-pound diameter. Now if you're fishing like in places where it's deep water, maybe you're 40-50 feet deep, you may want to go to a little bit lighter line, because lighter line is not going to have as much drag. Maybe in a real high snaggy area where you know you got a lot of problems with you know, debris around and whatnot, you may want to go to 100 pound, but I like the 80 pound. It's good up all around size. And I like this yellow at night because it's high vis, and when the fish is running, I'm running the boat, I can see which way the fish is going, and see that real well or not. Try to put it on here like this. But that is a little more coarse as far as how it's woven, and I like that. Because when a sturgeon runs at night, you know, it's peeling line off like crazy, and it's just singing through the eyes. You know, clients love that, and I'm sure you guys are going to love it too on the videos. So that's what I use for sturgeon. And for down rigging, striper fishing and whatnot, I like to use this 40G line. Now it is probably the most expensive line, but you know, it's like anything. If you want quality, you're gonna have to pay for it. But it's real smooth line. It's so smooth it almost feels like they put baby powder on it. You know, it's so finely woven. It's made with 9 strands, one in the center, woven with 8 around it. It's real fine, smooth lines. Great for casting lures, like if you're bass fishing or striper fishing, throwing lures, and you want to get, you know, long cast. It's good for that because you're not going to get much drag going through the eyes. It's going to go nice and smooth through. And I also like the blue on it. It's a good color. You know, you can kind of see it. At the same time, fish looking up, they're not going to see it as much against the sky. So I like this. I use a 25-pound. This is for my downriggers. 25 pounds with 4-pound diameter. Now when I'm striper fishing, I use their 45-pound. Which is a little bit heavier. I like it a little bit heavier, especially if you're going to be getting a big fish on, because it won't pull down inside of the line on your reel, and if you do that, it'll bind up and break. So I like this the best. Now for my mono lines, I like these here, the 4 main ones that I use, or 3 main ones that I use. There's two different sizes. But this Cigar Red Label is probably the highest quality line on the market. It's good and strong. I mean, I got a video out right now where I've caught an oversized sturgeon on this 15-pound test right here. So that says a lot for it right there. You know, I use it for minnow fishing. I use it for roe fishing. I use it for a lot of things. And this 20-pound, I'll use that for roe fishing, making a shock leader, coming off my braid onto this mono, maybe 20 foot of that. And then I go down to my leader line from there. Now this line here, this P-line Floral Clear, it's a good line. It's for a moderate price. You know, it's not the best line on the market, but it's a good line. Good dependable line most of the time, and it seems to do the trick, but it's not quite the quality of the Cigar. As you can, I think you can even see it on the video there. These are both 15-pound tests, and you can see how the P-line's larger than the Cigar, which you know, you want every little bit you can get at times. So now the last line I use, this is a Trilene Big Game. It's an inexpensive line. You know, I use this line on applications like for the drop line going on to my my minnow rigs or salmon fishing, if I'm anchor fishing or back trolling, use this on a drop line on it. You know, obviously if it hangs up, you want it to break. You want this to break first so you get everything else back. So I use this tri-link for that. So that's my take on lines. Now, you know, I know different people are going to have different opinions, and I respect theirs. So, you know, respect mine. If you don't agree with me, then, you know, don't use it. But that's my take. Okay, first knot I'm going to tie is called the Palomar knot. Now, if you only learn one knot in fishing, this is the one to learn. It is the strongest knot in fishing for mono line. Okay, so when you tie this knot, you want to go through your eye, go back through your eye, so that you have a loop like that. Then you want to take and do what's called an overhand knot. And you're going to hear me say overhand knot a lot. So that's what it is. You just go through it one time like that and make a overhand knot. And then now just take the loop from the end, put it over the top of everything. And now I usually wet braided line when I pull it up just because it's easier to tighten up. Now with monoline, especially on this Palomar knot, you want to wet it. When you pull it up, it has a tendency to do that right there, where it'll have one loop out, and that's when you'll burn it, when you're pulling up that last little bit. But there you go, there's a Palomar knot. And if you only knew one knot in fishing, this would be the one I would suggest. Of course, you'll cut off your tag end. And there you go, you're ready to go. I use this striper fishing. I use it anywhere I can tie it, I use it. I mean, I've seen knot videos. We used to have a knot wars thing on TV, and week after week after week, this Palomar knot beat every other knot for a mono line. So I would highly suggest it. Okay, the next knot I want to tie for you guys, it's called a loop knot. It's a Rapala loop knot. Take your line, fold it over like that, do the overhand knot, like so. And then you put your loop up like that, and then go back through the line like this. Now you want to see how this went out, come out the top, and then it went back in on the bottom. Be sure and do it that way. Now I put my fingers over the loop, and then you want to wind it 3 to 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you put your tag in through that loop. And you can pull it up. May pull up kind of hard because it's braid. Right there is a loop knot. This is great for applications like fly fishing. Let me get one here. Use them here on fly fishing because this loop knot, it makes it nice and free so the fly can move, get maximum action out of your fly, and works really good for that. But now for minnow fishing, a lot of people think you need to use a loop knot on your hook, but I don't suggest you put a loop knot on the hook. They say it's better to have a loop knot because the minnow can swim more naturally, whatnot, but that's not true. Obviously, they've never experimented with it, but I have. I've tied on one with Palomar knot, one with a loop knot, put the minnows both in the water, watched them, and there was no difference in the way they swim. Besides that, if there was 1,000 minnows out there and one of them was swimming funny for some reason, which one of the bass going to hit? Going to hit that one that's swimming funny. So it's not only wrong once, it's wrong twice. Plus the fact that Palomar knot is a stronger knot, so why not go with that? So don't put a loop knot on your hooks. Go with the Palomar knot.